Welcome back, everybody, to Miscellaneous Candor, frank, honest, and otherwise outspoken. This is Robbie. We are back. Hopefully I'm gonna drop this episode immediately. But go ahead, Stephen, are you there?
Hello, my friends. It is I, Stephen, with a PH, Kennedy, board certified atheist, knocking at your door. Let's talk.
I know, let's talk. So, oh no, I had so much stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I
And
know what your number one
then
topic is, Robbie.
no, actually, it's not that.
That's
I don't
not
even want to talk about that.
what
Yeah,
you
I'm
can't
kind
just.
of done with that right now.
Wow, but okay.
That wasn't what I was fired up about.
Oh,
I've
that's right.
been
You were
fired up.
fired up about something else. What was it?
Yeah, before we go into it, I will say that I listened to the entire podcast with Jelly Roll and Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And Jelly Roll has such a good heart.
Okay.
I just want to say that. I just think he has, I mean, just his whole energy. I just love it. I mean, he's very talented, but I just love it. And he's lost like over 280 pounds or something crazy like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Without the
I saw that on.
GLP-1s.
It was on the news. I don't know what I was watching.
But it was
It's on
a clip
TV a few
from
days ago.
Joe's podcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that I listened to the whole thing. It was really good. I also listened to what did I listen to? I've been listening to Joe Budden's podcast. That's like totally diametrically opposed. That's kind of crazy. We can talk about that another time, but I have listened to the Joe Budden podcast.
Okay.
And
Well, what was it that you were all fired up about? Do share, because I know we talked about this briefly, but it's escaping my mind now.
I know because I didn't talk about it. I'm trying to keep up. We have to kind of keep up with our whole process. I know you always want to make this bad friends, and I'm always
What?
fighting
You
with
know,
it.
that really
But
offends
this
me.
would be more of
My
a,
core.
what is it called? What's the part where you said we were going to do personal interest or
Yeah.
whatever? So we can get to that. But I would like to talk and see. Did you listen to anything this week?
Yeah, actually, I did.
Okay, let's talk about
Mhm.
that first, please.
Let's do that.
Okay. What did you listen to? Because I told you what I
Well,
listened to.
what? No, what did you listen to?
I said I listened to the entire 3 hour plus episode of Joe Rogan and Jelly Roll.
Okay, so what was anything interesting came out of that?
I mean, other than him talking about his weight loss journey and just how he felt about himself and his whole like struggle because he was like a drug addict before he was, and his mind a food addict, and just that whole thing of like addiction and how he's like worked through that. And just that was pretty interesting. He talked about singing in Vatican Square with some other people, and that was really cool. He talked about just his journey of like being a felon and how he's had to change his life and change his friend group and who he's around. And he's just like he's from the South. I think he'd probably call himself old boy, redneck or whatever, they can call themselves rednecks. But he's like open to everybody. Like he's not, everybody likes him. Right, left, middle. He's just, and it comes out from him. You ever met somebody where like their energy just like exudes no matter what form or platform they're on, and you can just feel that either good, bad, or otherwise? That's how he is.
I see. Okay.
It was really good. It was a really good podcast. I thought it was pretty positive. I needed to listen to it. So
Joe
yeah.
Rogan, your favorite? It's in your top 3, right? Joe Rogan. So
He's not my top 3. I listen to him. I think people give him a bad rap. Now, there's some things that he says I
well,
totally disagree with. But for the most
he,
part, he gets on. No, I want to say this. He gets on a podcast and he talks to people and he literally just tries to get to know someone. And I think that is actually a good thing because people don't do that. In general, we don't do that anymore. In general, we don't try to get to know someone.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think you agree that he has in recent times become more balanced, more uh, thoughtful in his perspectives. You
What
know,
do you
he's
mean, like
not.
right wing and everybody's he's MAGA and all that stuff?
You know, I'm not gonna even go into right wing. You know, left. Yeah, I'm not. Just he's become more. Uh, he's become a little
Political?
sharper. No, I'm not. I'm no, not political. He's just become a little more uh, intelligent, I'd say, in his assessments. Yeah.
Oh, you're saying because he's walking back with some things on some things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And
don't
that's
think
what
this is
honestly,
the
that's why
thing
I,
though.
huh?
Go on. This is
I was
the
saying
thing
that's
about
why
him.
okay, you speak, then I'll speak. How about that?
This is the thing though with him. I don't think he's ever walked back from anything he said. I just think
Well,
that like other people are experiencing, people said certain things and then what's happening is not what they said. So then they're saying, wait a minute, that's not what you told me. You told me there was going to be this, but that's not what's happening. And that I didn't
yeah,
want that. So I'm going to say that I didn't want that. That's how I see it
yeah.
for
Well,
some people.
I feel like I'm actually more interested in hearing him out lately because, from what I can tell, he is he's not making as many foolish assessments, in my opinion. So that's what the reason why I'm more interested in listening to him now than I was before.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then I could go into like political
Oh, of
perspective
course
on
you
this, but
could.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm so exhausted from all of that. But that is one of the things where I was fired up about. I'm tired. Excuse me. I'm just tired
Oh
of people.
boy, oh boy,
I
Robbie's
know.
taking a nap on the podcast.
I am. I really
You got
am.
your
I'm
pillow with
tired.
you? Okay.
I will as soon as we get off of this. I will.
Oh, okay. Well, but I could swear you're fired up about something else, which we'll talk about in the other, the next second and the third segment of this podcast episode. But am I right? There was something else. Go ahead.
I wanted to hear what you listen to.
Okay, so I listened to this interesting podcast called "Showing Off." Now,
Oh, that's interesting. That is. I feel like I'm going to listen to that because it sounds crazy. Go on.
no, it's not. It's not. It's really not. And it's funny how I came across this because it all started because my friends and I share a lot of ridiculous reels on Instagram.
Uh
And
huh.
because I'm always clicking on things and then I'm sharing, I'm my algorithm's it's getting morphed. And then I keep on sharing reels and we keep on feeding off of each other's algorithms. And as a result, well, my and all of my friends' algorithms are completely fucked up. And so I, I came across this one profile popped up on in my feed of a drag queen singer. He's kind of like a cross between Freddie Mercury and I don't know, maybe uh, Aretha Franklin, but he's a really good singer. He's put out some of his own albums, but they do a lot of good cover songs.
Hmm.
So, and I started listening to, he does all sorts of 80s covers. And the guy's band is the guy's name is, well, whatever his real name is, I don't know, but his stage name is Kiki, and his band's name is Kiki and the Kiki. Hold on, what is it? Hold on a second. Sorry, his stage name is Tony, and his band's name is Tony and the Kiki. And it's really he sings really good. He's got a really strong, beautiful voice.
Hmm.
So I started listening to him, and I'm sending my friends all these reels of him, and he's just really a flamboyant showman, right? But really talented.
Hmm.
And going through these clips of his on Instagram, I came across one of these clips that he had posted of him being interviewed in a podcast called "Showing Off." And I listened to the brief clip, and I thought this thing is pretty interesting. Let me tap into the whole actual podcast. So it's really it's an interesting podcast because it's a husband and wife. They uh, they are partners in this podcast, and they're both in the entertainment industry, various aspects of stage production and music production. Hold on, what are their names? Their names are Angie Pontani, and she's listed as a dancer, producer, and creative powerhouse who now
Okay.
thrives on stage and off. And her husband's name is Brian Newman, who's a prolific musician who's played with iconic, multi-talented artists and directed his own groups. So they both got a lot of experience in the artistic world. And the questions they ask, they interview people that have interesting backgrounds, like for example, Tony from Tony and the Kiki, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
how did he arrive at this place where he how did he find himself? How did he discover himself as an artist? And they interview other artists, and how they kind of evolved from what they were. There's people from, they thought they were one thing, but when they let themselves open up and be confident and they found their artistic persona and they let it, really really bloom. And so it's I think like from a perspective of you should always keep yourself open to discovering yourself and be confident and don't always go don't always put yourself in a box. So I really I really thought that was a great it's a great podcast because they speak to different artists and how they evolve. And it's about finding yourself. And these are people that, come from all sorts of backgrounds and but they completely converted to something else. So one thing I didn't really so I do think you should listen. I think everyone should listen to this. It's a great, interesting way of revealing how people evolve, and I think it could be motivational to some people as well, right? I think that's the gold right there.
Okay.
But one thing I didn't agree with, one of the people they interviewed, well, I guess just in general of the podcast is they kind of, you know, it's fine to follow yourself and go with that, full thrust, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also important to recognize, are you, as if you're going to be an artist, are you ready to live in poverty for the rest of your life? Because the majority of those people do end up not living,
I know.
So, and that's one thing I realized in listening to these episodes. And it's a pretty new podcast. I think they have like 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what was kind of missing in these motivational, these motivational discussions is that no one mentioned, okay, yes, follow your heart, follow your, evolve, find yourself, but that's great, but be practical as well. Balance it out
Mm-hmm.
and decide, are you willing to live in poverty for the rest of your life? If yes, and you're comfortable with that, then great. But that's something that was not covered. It's very, yeah. So that's the one thing I just wanted to point out about the podcast. It's great, but also balance it with practicality.
I agree with you about when you go through things that, so show business, or et cetera, that you're not going to make a lot of money. I mean, I know some people who are working in it, and some do well, some don't, some
Yeah.
have done well, some things are changing. And, we could talk about this a little bit too. I mean, the whole industry is changing. You saw this whole Netflix Warner Brothers thing,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
right? And then there's the whole thing that's happening, already happened with Paramount now and Discovery and all of that. So it's just it's changing the whole industry. And I know I'm tired. The way people were making money in movies and entertainment in Hollywood is totally different now. It's not the
Mhm.
same. I mean, we do this podcast and we have fun, but it's getting like hardcore cutthroat in these podcast things, the podcast world too.
Yeah,
Not that that means anything, but I'm just saying it's kind of crazy in terms of just what's important, who's who, who's famous. Like people who remember everybody was like trying to be a star, and that was the thing. there's so many people who are more famous than people who are quote unquote stars
Right,
now.
right.
And
It's
you
completely
might
changed.
not even know who they are. Like, I don't even know who some of these people are, but
Right,
they're
but they've got
like,
millions and millions of
w-
followers and making
yes,
shitloads of money.
yes, it's nuts. It's so different than what it used to be. And
Yeah,
people who are like kind of stuck in the old world of trying to like quote unquote make it, it's just different now. It's like you have to do your own thing.
yeah, yeah. You've got to really
So,
build your profile. You can't just.
mm, no, I mean, you're 100% right. You are 100% right. So it's,
Can we put that? Let me record that, and I'm
oh
gonna put
my
that to repeat
goodness,
all the
calm
time.
down.
No,
Calm
I
down.
love it when you say you are 100% correct. You're
I've said
100%.
this multiple times. You're just
No,
so
I didn't say that very
like
often.
outside of your own mind that you just
I
can't
don't,
believe it.
I really, okay,
You
okay.
are what?
Then you always say that to me, right?
I say enough.
I gotta say, I'd love it if you said it more often on air.
I'm sure you would.
Tell me how beautiful I am, Robbie.
Oh my God. You just, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Okay.
So, what else was going on? You have any interesting finds in artificial intelligence?
You know, I just wonder, they keep talking about you got to go into artificial, there's going to be more millionaires in the next 5 years than any time. And I see that, right? I hear it and I hear people saying it all the time. And I'm not saying that it's not true, but I wonder how true it is in terms of what that means. And then I wonder, is this like a self-fulfilling prophecy from the AI itself? So that's something that I've been thinking about. I have been reading some of these AI newsletters and some of the things that's out there. I mean, this stuff is so freaking powerful. It's just so important that people really learn the tools, even if you're not sure what you're doing at work. As I said, learn what your job is doing in whatever capacity with AI
Mhm.
and understand that and figure out how you can use it to make your job more productive. If you do that, you will be so far along. You will be so far along, but you can't ignore it. I mean, you just can't ignore it. But it's just so crazy about how people are talking about, excuse me again, that but they want to use it as like a pilot or something to help augment. But there's so many things that are being eliminated slowly and silently. And
Yeah.
that's why it's so important to know how to do it because there's going to be jobs essentially where you're going to have to know how to use these tools to be able to utilize AI. I was just thinking about just the layoffs and the changes and the reorgs
Yeah.
and then some people are saying also I think it's important for people to start understanding about robots and what's happening with
Also, too,
robots.
yes. Also, too.
Also too. Mm, yeah, there was a company recently who just rang the bell at NASDAQ, the closing bell, and they were celebrating the milestone of having their 2000th robot out in the field.
Okay.
I know. I was like,
What is that?
wow,
I
that's
mean,
crazy. It's
what kind of
crazy. It's
robot?
crazy. I'll have to go back and look at the detail. I don't have that, but I can post the story so people can learn about it. I'll do that.
You
In
know,
fact, Stephen with a PH, Kennedy, I think that we should start.
wait, why do you have to do that? You're mocking who I am, my being.
No, I'm not. I'm reading the title on the screen.
Okay.
Stephen with a PH
Okay.
Kennedy. Isn't that your
Okay.
name?
That is my name. Yes.
And
You
then
can
that
just call me
you
Steven.
write that?
You can call me Steven.
You guys love the sound of the dryer in the
Yeah,
background.
I was wondering what is that going on?
I usually take like the noises out of the
And then
background.
you
I
got
feel
the
like for
dog
that one,
barking.
I need to keep that one up. Oh, he's like right here by me now.
Oh.
Yes, he came upstairs, so he's gonna go. He's going downstairs now. But yes, I'm definitely gonna keep the dryer sound on in this episode. We'll see, because I do sometimes try to clean out the background noise, so
I
you
think
might
you
not
should leave
hear
it
it,
in.
but
It keeps it more real, you know?
even if we hear all the other stuff. But the funny part is, I mean, it was so loud. I know it's super loud. Anyway, that was fun. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to say about AI, is just doubling down on the tools that are being utilized in your company. And that could be robots. But if
Hmm.
it's not, find out what it is and figure it out and use it in a way to make your job easier. It's just going to make you more
Without sacrificing
valuable.
your own job, right?
Well, that's the thing though. It's like, yeah, right? I mean, I was looking at something that we have, and I mean, essentially could do my job for me. Well, a lot of it.
Hmm.
But so I just got to get in front of people more, like
Yeah.
face to face. Face to face is important. So, oh goodness.
Well, I
Hmm?
so are you familiar with what's been going on with Instacart, the whole controversy with what they're doing?
No, what are they doing? Tell me.
So
Oh,
it
by
was,
the way, people, just before yeah, I heard Meta or Instagram is supposed to December 15th start reading all of our DMs. There are ways that you
well,
can turn it off.
is there a toggle or something?
What'd you say?
Is there a toggle?
You have to go on your desktop into the privacy center of
Uh,
Instagram and then go through the process. There are steps that
okay, so
people
they
have
make it
been
difficult for you
passing
to do it
around.
because right away
Yes,
you're,
yes, yes.
of
And you
course.
have to request for it not to happen. So
Okay,
even if you do it today, which actually probably today is, what's today? Today's
Sunday.
14th. So yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it today, because on the 15th of December, you're not going to be able to do it. I
Okay,
mean, I'm sure you can do it afterwards. They're not going to take it away, but you should do it before.
okay. Note to everyone:
So
change your
don't
Instagram
DM in your
settings.
Instagram unless you care that anything that is in there is going to be utilized to train the AI for Meta.
Are you careful in your communications when you text message and on WhatsApp and all your communications to people? Are you very careful in your emails? I've gotten to the point where I, you know, at this point it doesn't matter what I
My text
block
messages,
from.
no. I mean, I talk to my friends, right? We texting.
Yeah,
Sometimes people say this shit, but
yeah.
I mean, you got to take it in context and with a grain of salt. People talk what they talk, all that kind of stuff. It's nothing, anything crazy. I'm
Yeah.
never talking about hurting anyone or anything like that, right? So there's
Well,
nothing
me
in there
either,
like that.
never.
But okay, don't be a. But I'm being serious. You're being
Yeah.
ridiculous. But I mean, like your DMs and Instagram is. It's just like, can you guys just stop? You just leave us alone for a minute. That's my whole thing. I'm just getting annoyed. Like, just leave us the fuck alone for a second.
Well, if you want to use their products, then you got to play the
I
game.
know, I know it is what it is, but sometimes
You
I
took a
feel that
break
way.
from Instagram for a while, and now
I
you're back.
did, and I might again. I
Oh
might
boy.
again. I don't know. Yeah.
So back to Instacart. It was found that they have been having different prices on the same products from the same store in the same location for different customers. And
What?
yeah, yeah. So what they're doing is they're using AI to determine price sensitivity per individual customer of Instacart. And based on that, they are increasing and decreasing prices of a range of 20% for the same product from the same store in the same location. So now there's some things to consider here, right? So
Okay, so I Instacarted when I was away, because I went away and I Instacarted a couple of things. So now I'm pissed because I don't know if I overpaid for something.
right,
So I won't
right.
be Instacarting anymore. Thank you for telling me this.
Yeah,
This is horrible. Are you serious?
yeah. And what's well, so there was a test done by
They're going to drive people back into the stores.
yeah, exactly. But there was a test done where a control test where they had uh, customers were asked to purchase. a product on Instacart and then compare it to the store price, the in-store price. And that's how they figured out. They did a big, well, not a huge test, but I think it was 400 something customers that they asked to.
That's enough.
Oh, yeah, I mean that proves it, right? And so, Instacart is saying this is similar to, well, here's the thing that here's a problem, right? That they're not raising the price for everyone, right? So Instacart is saying, well, we're partnering with the stores to determine what costs are can we keep lower and what prices can we increase for different products to for the customers, like what's valuable to people, what are they willing to pay more for, what are they not willing to pay more for. And that's the same thing as in store price increases. When you go to the store, stores increase the prices and they for certain products and they decrease the price for certain products. However, the difference is when a store is doing this in store, when they're increasing prices and
It's for
increasing prices,
everybody.
exactly, it's for everyone. Here, this is individual people getting screwed because Instacart's AI has determined that they are willing to pay more for product. So that for that specific person, they're going to increase the price up to 20%.
That is crazy. Is this really true?
It's really true. Yeah.
Oh my God. See, this is why this AI should not be used for this. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a perfect example. If what you're saying is really valid and true, this is crazy.
And I think Instacart is trying to, do some damage control. They're saying it's a temporary experiment to determine what customers are comfortable paying for, what
Sure,
prices they're
sure
comfortable
it
paying.
is. Of
Right. This is
course.
a, this is a long
It's a
term. This is a
it's an
long term
experiment and no one
yeah,
knew what they were being experimented on.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Knock yourself out, Instacart.
Yeah. So this is gonna damage them pretty heavily.
I mean, that is a lot. 20% higher for individual people. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Wow. Do what you got to do there out there in these streets. Because these streets are rough, people. They are rough.
And and so this is really not ethical from my perspective.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
That's
So the
crazy.
fact that they're
Don't do
comparing it to in store, these grocery stores, for example, like Costco, for example, increasing the prices, that's for everyone, or decreasing the prices for everyone.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair. You can't,
Even if it's everyone at that particular location,
right,
still
exactly.
everyone that walks in that store is gonna leave and pay the same price for
Yeah.
everything.
And we see that very often, right? The same store will have different pricings for different locations. That's
Yeah,
very
but this
common
is
at
like
the,
individuals at the
yeah.
same store. Like if I
Yep.
went into Costco and I bought some juice and I paid $5 and they charged you $8. That's what you're telling me is going on
Yeah.
in the same store.
Yep. If I went on
That
Instacart, if you went in store and got it for $5, I could get it on Instacart maybe for 20 up to 20%. There's a 20% range. So
that's
I could get
so
it be significantly more
crazy.
expensive than you got it. So, well, if you bought it for, so if you, there's possible that you could buy it on Instacart from Costco for, say $5. And then it's possible that I could go get it on Instacart from the same store, same location for 20% more than you.
I heard you the first time and you keep repeating it and I still can't believe that it's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Okay, I'm getting tired.
Wow. What a downer, Robbie.
I'm what? Look, don't get me started on the recording this week, okay? We're gonna talk about downers.
All right. All right then. Should we call it a day? Can we talk about
Yeah, we can
something
talk
that had
about
you
what I'm
fired up?
upset about. I mean, I went to this event or whatever, and I'm just so tired of people feeling like,
Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm tired of people being so fucking mean to everyone. That's what I'm really tired of.
What transpired,
It's
Robbie?
getting
Talk
old.
to me.
No, it's not anything that happened specifically to me. I mean, it just in general. It's like people feel like, okay, I can get up, I can do my presentation, I can insult you, and it's okay. And there's just this whole kind of mystique now of, you know, being an asshole, and that it's like
Yeah,
people have been waiting for so long
right.
to be an asshole, right? So it's
It's
like
so
all of a sudden
disturbing.
everybody's just out here just being assholes, and they just think
Well,
it's really
not everybody.
great.
Not
I
come on.
know it's not everyone. I'm just talking in colloquialism. Go with me here.
Okay,
Don't take it
fluently.
literally and try to do that thing. Oh, it's
What?
not
What?
everybody. I hate when
What?
people do that. It really drives me nuts because a lot of times that's just a way to try to dumb down what you're saying. And people know that you're being contextual and you don't really mean everybody, that you're just saying it as an emphasis. But then they try to like undermine your argument by saying that. So we're not going to do
You're
that
right.
today.
I apologize for holding you accountable for your words.
No, you're not doing that. You're trying to play the game, and
What?
this is why you're doing this because you
What?
want me to
What do
go
you?
off. But
What?
anyway,
I heard someone Robbie.
the
Robbie.
point is, no, I don't care if I hurt your feelings right now because that's really what has happened. And it's the truth. So grow up and get over it.
Oh, wow.
As I'm talking
You're
about
talking
people
about
being mean, here I'm
okay.
being mean. And see, this is what
Yeah,
this
there
is
we
my
go.
point
Yeah.
though.
Do you
But
feel like it's
this is
affecting
my
you? It's
point.
changing you?
Yeah, I do. I do. And I don't want it to, but I do think that I'm just tired of people feeling like it's just okay to be mean to everybody, especially just mean to anyone who, you know, doesn't look like a certain type of person.
Can you be a
And I mean
little more?
everyone. No, I'm not
You're
going to
talking.
be specific. I'm
Okay,
talking
fine.
about every background
All right.
that's not of a certain ilk,
Right, right,
right?
right. And all
And that's
sorts of
literally
shapes.
what's happening right now. It's every background. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, why are we doing this to each other? We're all human beings, but in the same breath, you want to say, "Well, we're all human beings. We're all the same. There's no reason for us to talk about our differences." But yet, you want to be mean to people because if they're just knock it off. Like I'm so over it. That's
Do
really
you
what it is.
want
I'm
to?
over it. I'm over. But I mean, I have to look at like for myself in particular when I think about people, in past historical places where I've been, they went through so much more than me. I can't really complain. So I'm very cognizant of that. But at the same time, I'm just tired of people feeling like it's okay to just be mean and nasty.
I hear you. What I would
And
like to say
yeah, I don't want
is,
to, yeah, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be
I here's the thing, and I say this with all sincerity. Unfortunately, we have to lower our expectations because look, from the beginning of time, we're
that.
animals,
People
Robbie.
are animals. I know.
We're
People are
animals.
animals. I know.
Remember that. Don't
48
expect
laws of
too
power.
much.
People are animals, human nature.
Yes.
I am not talking about that. I
Okay.
feel like that's like baseline. We all know that. There's always these things that are happening. I'm talking about right now, there is an overemphasis on being an asshole.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking
Definitely
about.
magnified.
Can we just bring it back to the normal assholeness?
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
people
I
still
mean, you see it everywhere.
sometimes say thank you, please, and excuse me. Sometimes, right? Like it's
Yeah.
just and I'm being very kind of glib here and speaking in very sort of vague and elementary terms, but I'm just kind of sick of it. Like just have some manners, be cool, just be cool. That's all. I love that saying. My father used to say that all the time. Be cool. I never used to know what it means, but now as I've got older, I know exactly what it means. It means basically just take a breath.
And on that note, my friends, take a breath.
Oh, why are we leaving? You never want to go over like 35 minutes anymore. Did you know
Wait a
that?
second. Wait a second. You realize you've been yawning and falling asleep. So
Of
I'm doing this for
course.
you.
Of course, but that's all a part of the fun. People are going to be like, oh my God, she's
She's
yawning
so
and
tired.
sleeping, but she's still on the podcast talking.
She's so
Should
tired
I
of
be
listening to
on here
Steven
too?
with a PH.
Well, I'm laughing and I'm yawning. These are both things that people do in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of our bonding, Stephen, to be able to
Oh,
laugh and yawn at the
absolutely.
same time.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're trying to cut it off at 35. Okay, we have to start going longer though, because I feel like the longer things people really start to get to know us. But yeah,
Yeah,
and no,
maybe.
I don't.
We were going past the 1 hour mark before. We were
I
going
know,
pretty
and then
long.
I know, then we got some
And then
people saying,
you gave me a slap on the wrist and said you talk too much. Let's shorten it. Let's shorten. You're talking too much.
I didn't
And
slap you on the wrist. Other people were doing that.
you, and you're saying you're talking too much. You're talking too much, Steven. You got to cut it down. You're too
I didn't
verbose.
say that. I didn't. I never said that. You told me that other people who listen were saying that to you. We should cut it down. But now forms is actually better because people are going crazy, doom scrolling on the internet with things that are so small, right? So actually
Mhm.
having something where people are talking like people to each other back and forth, people are craving that kind of connection.
All
You
right,
don't
let's
think?
connect.
What do you
Let's
think?
connect. Let's
Oh my,
connect.
here you go. All right. We went over 35, so I guess we can go, huh?
Uh,
Or should I yawn again
you
just for
are
good?
a bundle of joy today, Robbie.
I'm telling you, the whole like how
People,
big of an asshole can I be game is just,
yeah.
over it.
Well, we'd love to hear what other people have to say about this topic. Do you feel like you're dealing with people, to our audience, do you feel like you're dealing with a lot more assholeness lately?
I
Let
know
us know.
people
Let us
let
know.
us also people soon we're going to be launching a Substack for our episodes, kind of like a recap of everything that's here, but just in writing and, going deeper on some other things. If you're interested and you are someone who likes to read, how about conversations and interactions versus listening? And obviously, we're close. I mean, obviously, we will also have a link to the podcast episode within each of the Substacks, but AI makes it easy for us to do something like that. So keep a lookout as we are continuing to build this out. And remember, we're on YouTube too now. All right, that's all I got to say, Stephen. Do you want to take us out of here?
All right. All right, friends. It is I, Stephen, with the PH Kennedy board certified atheist, signing off. Stick with
All
us.
right.
Talk to you next time.
All right. See you later.
Bye.